Hello guys, welcome back to Fred and Barbie's channel. And then it's a beautiful day, as you can see from outside. I don't know wherever you're watching us from, even if it's night or evening, it's still a beautiful day, as in a day of out of the 7 days in the week. So it is what it is. So we are going to talk about a sensitive topic that in the beginning we didn't want to discuss, but now we thought it was to share as well. So the topic here is,
must my friends be your friends?
must my friends be your friends? I'm also saying them to you.
Good question.
So what's your answer? Ladies first. Yes or no?
Some friends yes and some friends no. So I'm in the middle.
Yes. If I have 10 friends,
I'm saying yes.
Must they be your friends too?
I'm saying no.
No, you just need one answer and it has to be solid. You know my friends. Must they be your friends?
Yes.
They should be your friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Must my friends be your friends?
No.
Good, now let's discuss.
I have nothing to say. Okay, first and foremost, do we have to keep individual friends? Like you have your friends, I have my friends after marriage, or we have to merge the two friends together?
When you say after marriage, then I would say keeping individual friends, no. Merge them together, yes.
I think that wouldn't be possible.
Of course not.
I mean, we can merge them together in our contact list, as in, oh, these are our friends, these are the list of people on our friend list. Okay, as a couple, so your friends, my friends, will come together and be our couple friends. However, keeping individual friends after marriage, I don't think.
No.
All right, so you made a very good point from the beginning, and I asked you to make a solid decision on that, because you can't say yes and no. However, no, because the friends that you made growing up or the friends that you made when you were alone, not all of them will fit into my criteria of making friends. Even though we have a saying that 𝐤𝐸𝐬𝐬, show me your friends and I will show you your character, right? It does not entirely define you as a friend to a person, because if I'm your friend and then you have another friend, maybe to me, you are my best friend, but to you, I'm not your best friend, but that friend is your best friend. Or you have two best friends who don't have the same characters, you understand? And then when that happens, it doesn't mean you have both my character and you have that character of the other friend too. You have your own distinctive character as well. So the point I'm trying to make is that people may say that if your friends are my friends, that means, or if I'm to accept your friends as my friends, then you guys have similar character because you are friends. That actually validates my point that show me your friends and I'll show you your character. So if your friend is quote and unquote a talkative, definitely quote unquote you should be a talkative, but it's not entirely true. You understand? So what do you have to say from here?
I agree with that.
Okay. And I've ranted for almost 1 minute, 2 minutes, so you also have to rant.
Yeah, you have explained what you said, whatever you said. One other thing I would add to it is that while you were talking, you said something like their character will be either similar or maybe the same because they're friends. And then you brought up the quote, show me your friends and I will show you your character. Many a times, becoming friends or being friends with someone for so long, when you hang out with that person for a very long time, there are some characters I would say it becomes similar. It's either you will copy that person or that person will copy you, or you have to agree on something that will make the friendship work. And as long as that thing is no more there, you will see that everyone is going on different paths. Why? Because that thing that used to connect you guys is no more there. And that's why we see that mostly like friendships,
Yeah.
they have pathways over the years.
Okay, so I have a question. In case a friend does not agree that, or maybe your friend is scared of losing you after you get married, would you listen to that friend and stay single to keep that friendship working, or you will not listen to that friend?
Of course,
maybe it's a 10-year, 20-year friend. You can't afford to lose that friend, like based on what you guys have done together. I don't know. It could be anything. Supportive, being there, and then a guy or a lady from nowhere within 3-4 years or be free, like coming to take you away from that friend, like
yeah.
So,
if you would have asked me the question maybe 10 years ago, I would have said, yeah, maybe I would have really given up my relationship for my friends, because that's how important friends were for me. I don't think when it comes to marriage, I think that's a different topic for its own self. Why am I saying that? Because right now, okay,
it cannot be a different topic because we are merging the two at the moment.
I'm talking right now. You asked me a question, right? Your question was, will I be able to give up my friends for my marriage, right? That's one, of course. Why? Because I made a promise to you that I will marry you, I will be with you till I die. But with that friend that I have, there was no agreement. Like I never commit to anything to be friends with that person. There was no commitment in that friendship. Like we just met, and there is no commitment in that friendship. You grow together, you achieve things together, and as you said, you have had some experience together. And sometimes those experiences like keeps you guys together, because I remember back then, even when you have a quarrel with a friend, there will be this one picture that you will see, and then you'll be like, oh, I remember 10 years ago or maybe 5 years ago when we went to, I don't know, let's say Munich City, this and this and this is what we did. So it's like this picture still connects you guys. And as I said, that's how important friends were to me back then. But right now, I will never and will not give up like my relationship or my marriage for a friend, because friends comes and like go. I'll meet a different friend, like I'll meet new people day in, day out, but I don't think I'll meet a different friend in my life again. You understand what I mean?
Everyone is different, so every friend that you lose, you will never meet that friend again.
Okay, of course,
so equally in relationship, every relationship that you lose, you're not gonna get that same relationship again.
Exactly.
Probably a better or maybe worse. You're never gonna get the same. Anyway, so who has the most friends?
You mean a relationship?
Like individual?
Me, of course.
And how many are you willing to give up those friends just for the marriage? Like, or you have to keep some, or you have to so like save it or net it up and then.
Okay. Right now, I may be honest, I don't have that many friends like I did back then, or it's no more with guys like it was back then, right? So I have like ladies as friends. Okay. And those people that I have right now in my life, to be honest, they are important to me, and I don't think there should be this decide for this or this right now in my life. Okay. For our marriage. Yeah,
that's true. I know you have a lot of friends, and then not like before. Now it's kind of minimal, and then I do have friends too, but it's just a handful, like and you know them all.
Sorry. One other thing is that the friends that I have right now, you guys have a connection to. So like we can even meet together without it becoming an issue.
No, not all of them, because some of them I've not even met them before. I don't even know. We've not even spoken. We've not heard each other's voice before.
But they know I'm married, and okay, you have something to do with this person. Now the kind of friends that I have is like, more like a distance. You know, we chat, we talk, but we don't meet every day like I used to do back then.
That is adulthood life. That one is it's not. It has nothing to do with friends because
we are growing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's friendship is that important in my life that it was back then when I was younger.
Technically, if you come to think of life and how like responsible people live life, okay, you come to understand that the friendship is not necessarily something that you really need in life. Because if you really need that in life, why is it that you had so many friends as a child growing up? You wanted to have friends, you wanted to have more friends, but once you get to a certain stage, like it's not like you want to keep different friends, but rather you find them unnecessary because I have to focus on my work, I have to focus on my children, my family, I don't have time for friends. So you realize that if it's something that you really need, even if you have kids, if you have a partner, you still have to go and make those friends, like create it. So we want friends, but do we really need them in life?
You don't need them.
Once you have a partner, like your wife, your kids, they should be your number one friend. Your parents, your siblings can be number two friends. And then we have a saying that like 𝐸𝐸𝐧𝐬𝐸, like some friends are better than a brother. And the Bible even says that a friend nearer is much more important than a brother 1,000 miles away, something like that.
Yeah.
So that is it. When you have a friend which is very worthy of being a brother or a sister, that person is worth keeping. That's why if you could all remember, or we could all remember, the friends that you had from basic school, middle school, high school to date.
You don't know where they are.
Some of them you don't know where they are. Like 99% of them you don't know where they are.
I don't even know where they are, yeah.
And then you yourself, you know that if you exit yourself from most of your WhatsApp groups or social media groups, just like 0.5% of those group members will be the one you keep in touch with. And even out of the 0.5, 0.01 will be the one that will be texting or chatting with most often. Or they are for jokes, for reels, sharing. So it's not gonna be mostly like friends. So I think we can close up on that and then we put up the next question. All right.
Which is?
So my next question that I'm gonna ask is, so can I go out alone to meet my friends, have time with them?
Are you done?
Or I cannot?
Honestly speaking, I have no issue with you meeting your friends alone. I have to know them. Like the kind of friends they are and the kind of relationship you have with those friends. Of course, I will never know who they really are because I don't know how they deal with you when you guys are alone. You understand what I mean? But I just want to know them. When I know them, I have no issue with you going out with them alone.
Okay, I have the same response to that question too. So indirectly, those friends has to be people you know, but not entirely your friends.
Yeah.
So the question has been answered that my friends
must not be
your friends. Okay. So how about going out on a date, like fix a special date, girls' time out or boys' time out, this and that, like special date with special outfit. Hey guy, hey girl, tonight you're gonna wear this, you're meeting here, you're gonna how about that?
As they said, girls and boys, when you're going out with your boys, I have no issue with that. Why am I saying that? Because I feel like sometimes you just need that freedom. I
don't mean to cut you off. Be direct on that. Like maybe it could be a vacation, like a special arranged. Okay.
You guys are maybe going to, I don't know, Singapore, something like that.
24th of this month, we have booked a vacation together as girls trip, or maybe a special date, like that kind of stuff.
I have no issue with that.
So you agree to go on that date?
When it's boys alone, and I know it's really boys, because as I said, I will never ever get to know the things you guys discuss unless you tell me. You understand what I mean? And I cannot prevent you from not going just because I think, oh, what if you go and something happened?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? For me personally, I'm not that kind of person sitting there and thinking about what could happen if you do this, what could happen if you do that. It's about you as a person. You understand what I mean? You as an individual. You know, okay, good, I'm married to this beautiful lady. I know, good, I'm married to this handsome gentleman. I'm going out on a date. I said it's a girl trip, like girls trip. We are going with girls alone, have our fun, and then come back home. I don't see any problem with that. Why am I saying that? It will only become a problem when you go and do like the opposite of what you tell me.
Yeah.
Like you're not keeping your word. I trusted you. You understand what I mean? And apart from me trusting you, you have to keep your dignity. You know you are married. You know what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So why will you tell me you're going on a boys trip? And then maybe you invite your girlfriends, like, or your side chicks, I don't know, like, and then go there, have fun, come back. Me being home thinking, oh, my husband, like, went on a boys trip with his guys now, you know, he was free to be the man that he is. Go back home. I'm happy for you, you know, but, like, it will only become a problem when you go and do the opposite of what you told me. Apart from that, I have no issue with you going on a trip. When I know the people that you are going on a trip with.
Yeah, that is also very important. Like, you have to know the character of your partner very well.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is this saying, boys will always be boys, and boys can lie, but girls too are there. And so, like, we are human.
Yeah.
However, if I'm a reverend minister or a pastor, and then I'm going for a seminar, or maybe like any seminar which is mostly dominated by male pastors or maybe entirely male pastors. I mean, you not think of maybe when he goes there, he's gonna get something with another female partner, this and that. Like, you trust that partner that he's a man of God, something like that will not happen, this and that. Like, based on the personality of your partner, because we have, I mean, other pastors who are kind of way off the board, but whatever the case is, yeah. But if you have a partner who is mostly at the beer bar,
exactly,
in like whenever, even if he says it's a guy's trip,
you still be worried.
You'll still be worried, not entirely that he's a cheater or he's going to have, but the kind of life actually doesn't give you confidence. Yeah, you get my point.
Yeah,
and then. Some guys too, we are into football, soccer, like a lot of games, right? Yeah. We are much more passionate about it that you say, oh, we are going on a guys trip maybe to watch Champions League finals. We're gonna stay for 3 days. We are so much into the game that we will not even think about anything like that. But like you said, you have to know those friends and their character and this and that. Not entirely their character, but what they do. Are they married? Are they single? What are they doing? This and that. And then you actually can define their nature as in, are they going to be a responsible individuals? This and that, this and that. Anyway, let's move to the next topic. Okay. Unless you have something to say.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So, you wanted to talk about before we got married and after we got married, how friends almost destroy your relationship and your marriage respectively. So you want to touch on that?
Yeah. You know what we've been through already?
I don't know, unless you tell me.
It's been 8 years. We've been through a lot. It's been 8 years.
Let's go.
It's been 8 years, right? I remember at the beginning of the relationship how happy I was. I was really happy. I knew the person I was dating. I knew like your character, who you are, the kind of stuff that you do, what you will be capable of doing and what's not. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but it just became an issue of having a trust issue in my relationship when friends were like, oh, what if? You know, some people are always like with that Exactly. Trust God. Some people are always like, yeah, you trust your boyfriend so much. I mean, he's a boy. All men cheat. Like, what if he cheats on you, right? And I remember back then I used to tell them, a person who wants to cheat will always cheat. Right? Will always find his or her way to cheat. It doesn't matter the distance. You can also cheat at work. So, you get some advice, okay, which will make you think. Like, even if you don't think that's where time will come where you'll be like, oh, what if what they're saying is true? And then it is there you get to, oh, okay, I mean,
yeah. So was that time also far?
No, there was never a time Miss Me Family Holiday.
Just can't lie. Just can't lie, Papa. Anyway, go ahead.
There was never a time Miss Me Family Holiday, but there was a time where I used to think about the things that I do. Back then when you called me, you know, we were on phone for maybe, I don't know, 6 hours continuously. And like, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother you either. But then it was when the friends were there, it was like, I have to leave because I have to, I'm outside with my friends. Like, my friends are here. Like, and you know it already. Like, when you call me, we can talk, but not for that long because I'm with my friends.
And then wait. So we have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 6 hours. You work for 8 hours. Transportation back and forth, getting prepared. They said, let's say everything takes 2 hours. That makes 16 hours. So left with how many hours? 8 hours. So that 8 hours, if we talk for 4 hours or let's say 5 hours, the 3 hours you spend with your friends, and they tell you that, oh, within that 3 hours that you are with your friends, oh, all men can cheat, this and that, this and that. If that 3 hours is able to influence you on the rest of the day, that I mean, it's possible. Like anything is possible though, because cheating doesn't take 3 hours, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, even 1 minute, a certain text message can happen where, like, it can actually propagate and then elude into something bigger. So, you go ahead.
Yes.
I couldn't establish my point, but you go ahead.
Yeah. So as I said, you hang out with those people, you hear it's like
again and again
and again. Exactly. So there will be a time you will start to find out some issues or some problems which you connect to the things that they say. Like, things that didn't matter will all of a sudden start to matter. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like, for example, back then when I call you didn't pick up the call. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe you're busy, you call me back. But then hearing that, oh, okay, he's not available, maybe he's with someone, and I call you and I don't reach you. Like, when you call back, it's like, where were you? Why didn't you pick up my call? I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So, like, that is what I'm talking about with, you hear some things again and again.
It's actually creating insecurities.
Exactly. So know the person that you are with and just be confident in what like you have seen in that person. Be confident in your own self and in that person, you know. Trust.
I mean, I understand you, but even if you build trust in the person, confident in the person, and the person is gonna do what he's doing, he's still gonna do it.
Of course.
With or without trust, the person is gonna do what he's doing.
Of course, yeah.
Aside that, you trusting in the person, believing the person wouldn't change the person.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. And their character towards you.
It's about you as a person trusting in your own self, and then respecting your own self not to be broken. As in, you're not gonna put your all in that at the moment and then expect that anything could happen. The person can lose his or her life, God forbid, but anything, disability may set in, which wouldn't be a vision or an aspiration of a young lady or a guy coming up, that you end up with an able partner before you start even a life together, a disabled partner. Like, you wouldn't dream for that.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So I really, really respect that. And then thank you for your opinion.
Yeah.
I will also share my opinion on this as in, to be honest, I never had such an influence among my friends like that, oh, by now this or that or this or that. If I did had that advice or side comment, I really don't recall. You understand? I really don't recall. But there wasn't any moment like that. I was just doing my thing. I know I have a fiancé, or sorry, a girlfriend at the time, and then later a fiancé. I just focus on what I'm doing. So there was never interruptions, but there were interruptions when your discussions, like the one that you just came up with, came in, and I was also thinking double because of the kind of advice you were getting from the friends. And from that point, even your best friend that is good to me, I subconsciously had a problem with that person because I just didn't want friends in the middle of my affair. You get my point?
Yeah.
So we will go on our last topic. Hopefully that will be the last topic, and then we end this video here. So okay, so when to hang out with friends and when not to hang out. So I think you have to finish all your homework before you can hang out.
Absolutely.
That is the only thing I have to say.
Absolutely.
Until you are done with homework, don't step out.
Yep.
Because let's say you have to go to work in 4 hours time. Within that 4 hours time, maybe the kids has to be picked up from school in the next 3 hours. You cannot stay for 3 hours to go bring them home, feed them before you leave. And then within that same time, I want to meet my friends, or I want to step out. I want to go watch football at the stadium, like, which will conflict with babysitting, your work, and my pleasure. I'm not done with my homework. I can't step out. So until all is done, I can't step out. Same. I don't know if I have the same opinion.
I absolutely agree with what you're saying, because you can remember I was very, very spontaneous. Very, very. I'm still spontaneous, but I think right now I think about my decisions before taking a step. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
That is it.
Okay. So when you get to know my friends, or I get to know your friends, can I hang out with your friends, and can you also hang out with my friends?
You hang out with my friends. I have no issues. Why don't I have no issues? I know the kind of friends I am. I know what
you have, the kind of friends you have.
Yeah, and I know what they are capable of and what's not. If you can remember, there's this friend of mine. I don't want to mention names, you know.
I will mention the name.
That friend was very cool with you, and then like I know the character of that person. So when I saw the coolness was some way somehow getting too much, I was like, yo, bro, I gave you the chance.
Now you are going beyond.
To be close with my friends, but now I think it's too much. You take a step back. I didn't talk to that my friend. But I talked to you because
you friend, you know yourself.
No, but I talked to you. I was like, oh, yo, this is
getting extreme.
Exactly, and this is the character of that's my friend. I know what that person can do, so it's better you take a step back and And then it was okay. It was never a fight. He was like, oh, okay, cool. Like if you don't want it, so it's okay.
So if I decide to go out on a date with that friend, it's your friend, but I want to go out on a date with that friend. Are you going to be okay with that friend? Like
right now, I would say yes.
Why right now, but not before? Because you say no, I shall be ring.
Right.
But
no, listen, not because of the ring. And right now, I would say yes. Why am I saying that? Because while I'm growing, that person is also growing.
But I'm also growing.
You are also growing, exactly. I don't know the kind of character that person has now, but I know that person is growing. We talk.
And certain things like that, she won't do it anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what if I say I'm going out with a friend and then even let's say the same friend, and then I come back and tell you that this happened, like maybe something romantic happened. Will you still allow me to go out with another friend of yours? It doesn't matter, opposite sex or same sex.
I would say no. Why? Because it's like my trust is being broken.
Broken.
So I first have to build up that trust again to know that, okay, this person is going out, nothing is going to happen. I trust my husband. No matter what happened, he's still going to come back home to me, you know. And then I think it will be fine. When the trust is there again, then yeah. But if the trust is broken to that extent that I can't really build it again, I will say no.
Okay, you have a question for me?
No.
Sure.
Yeah. You have something to add before we close this
All right,
video?
so would you also go out with my friends?
With your friends? I have nothing to do with your friends. And in general, you don't like it when I hang out with boys. And your friends are all boys, so I don't think I can ever hang out with your friends.
I have girlfriends.
Come on.
I mean, female friends.
How many of them?
Can I?
Let's see their names.
Can
We'll come for you.
Okay, I'm gonna mention names. Hey, maybe I check. Guys,
That's what it is.
that's it. All right, so let's know your opinion on this topic in marriage, in a relationship, and how that affects a relationship. Ciao.
Bye.